Yo, deepfake video Rob with another one, y'all. This is collectively mendacious. Basically, that's when you collectively lie to frame somebody. This is a technique that law enforcement, community policing, gang stalkers, FBI, they all like to use that. Credible witnesses. Remember, I told you it's a facade. So as you can see me in the background, I'm going to narrate this for y'all so y'all can check this out. Now it's a little bit graphic, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Now I'm going to pause it there for a minute because you might not have caught what happened. Now, I don't know if any of you ever been like electrocuted for a period of time. First of all, when you're being shocked and you're locked into being shocked, your nerves are shaking. So you're not going to be able to move that good. You're not going to probably be able to move at all. That's why it's called electrical shock. The second thing is you can clearly hear them punching the guy in his face. And third of all, if you notice in the corner, he's telling him to put his hands behind his back. But you can't put your hands behind your back if someone's sitting on your hands. Pay attention to the corner. Pay attention. Did you catch that? I'm gonna do it one more time for you. Two, three. Hands behind your back. Look in the corner over here. You see him just get up. He just got off it. I hope he doesn't have AIDS, y'all. Now check this part out. Oh, I don't know if you caught that. Now he's in handcuffs, right? The dude's in handcuffs. Let me go back. They dragged him by his face. Go back.
I mean, you see at the end there, the guy dragging him by his feet, and since his hands are handcuffed behind his back, his face is already bloodied and battered. His bloodied face is being dragged across the dirt, so he got punched in the face multiple times, and you saw the stun gun on several occasions, and they put a chokehold on him. And then at the end, after he's totally incapacitated, they left him. They're supposed to, at a minimum, put him on the side, right? So he can breathe. No, they left him face first in the dirt until he died. And they think most likely it was cardiac arrest after the tremendous beating that he took. But John, that's not what they said, is it?
No, it isn't. So obviously the family was devastated by this. So they wanted to understand what had happened. The troopers told Green's family he died on impact after crashing into a tree during the chase. Later, state police...
He died from hitting a tree. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Collective lying. They control the narrative. This is what these people do. And I'm not saying all cops. I'm not saying all community watch. But TIs, you know the ones that I'm talking about. Now, you just saw that. They said the man hit a tree. All right.
It's released a one-page statement acknowledging only that he struggled with troopers and died on his way to the hospital. So the family was led to believe that he had crashed into a tree and died, and that was it. It had nothing to do with the cops. The cops are totally innocent. And if they had not kept pushing, that would have been the end of the story. The lies that those murderous cops had told would have been the complete and utter end of the story. And they pushed, so they got us a lie that was slightly closer to reality. But an actual investigation into what happened there didn't start until 474 days after Green died, and it took about 2 years for them to finally release the footage. And as is almost always the case, the second you see the footage, you know exactly why they waited 2 years before showing it.
I need you to understand why that lie is so important. That means that we can't trust anyone in law enforcement in Louisiana. They all collectively decided to lie and say that he crashed into a tree and died, even though everyone...
Let me rewind that. These are techniques.
You see the footage, you know exactly why they waited 2 years before showing it.
I need you to understand why that lie is so important. That means that we can't trust anyone in law enforcement in Louisiana. They all collectively decided to lie and say that he crashed into a tree and died, even though everyone who was part of this investigation knew anything about it, had access to that body cam that you just saw, that video. Mm-hmm. They might have released it 2 years later, but they had it. They knew that they beat the guy to death. And they said, no, he ran into a tree and died. That is a...
And that's collective lying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. Deep fake. Roger that.